I wouldn't have a fucking clue. I would not have a fucking clue. But I can tell you the lyrics and the projects and the songs that saved my fucking life. That is a great point. Nice. Welcome back.
What's up?
We are here, another episode of the weekly wrap-up. What number are we up to?
30.
48.
1.
31.
For all those kindergartners at home that are learning.
Stu has a newborn child, so he's been doing everything with his hands, hence the latest gesture.
Sweet.
Been doing everything with... Actually,
we won't go there. What's been happening this week? Heaps of stuff. Yeah,
we had our intern Peachy come back in. Good to see him again after the last lockdown. Lemon Days today had the new track dropped, which we recorded fucking ages ago.
Yeah, congrats.
How fun were they recording?
Yeah, I just love hanging out with those guys. They're super willing to workshop songs and stuff, and their songs sound mint. And
good energy.
Always end up with a really good song. That's the 5th song that we've done with them here at Marshall Street. Hopefully more.
That would be. Mateo got back to in-person interviews with $80.
Yeah, Pania came through. She's an incredible R&B talent from the west side of Melbourne. Shout out the west. And it was a really cool chat. Good to finally get an in-person interview again.
And I haven't seen it, but I've heard it was a good one.
It was really good. Yeah, that'll roll out next week on $80. And yeah, she's going to be a star in the next couple of years.
Sick.
Yeah, and you had Cash Radio today.
Cash Radio, another big week of releases. Chillin' dropped his anticipated album Family Ties. Came
21
out.
tracks.
Yep, deep. New Mason Dane out today is crazy. New Nardine.
Nomad
dropped a project. Yep, that's
22 tracks.
One of his tracks slid into the playlist as well.
What's your release of the week? Track of the week. Just doesn't have to be the best. Just
Babyface Mal, Daughters and Sons.
Nice.
I love Babyface Mal, man. He's next up. He's probably the most unique Australian artist, I think, at the moment. His own steez, his lingo. Shout out Nelly and AB, who've been curating him on 6-6 for years now. But yeah, man, he's saucy with it. He's real saucy.
Nice.
That's sick.
Actually, that's the second best release. The Matthew Craig.
Oh, yeah, Matthew Craig.
Oh, shit.
Getting some airtime on Triple J last night, thanks to How and the Hip Hop Show.
Beautiful.
It was also Mateo's birthday, so officially happy birthday on the wrap-up for you.
Thank you.
You've been in the lab as well,
I've
Stu?
been send me a cake or?
Oh, yeah, to the front.
I've been in the lab. Forgot to mention Jack Milligan last week. Love that dude. Thanks for coming through, Jack. This week I've had Jared back in. Had a meeting with Tiana today. It's all been happening. Busy.
It's starting to feel like we're getting back to something of fucking regular momentum.
It's been flat out, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm exhausted, man. We've been back a couple of weeks and just feels like, I think it's because we've come back and there's only a few weeks left for Christmas and the break and all that. So everyone's trying to cram shit hectic. Certainly on my front, on the receiving end of press releases and shit, everyone's just trying to drop music now before the end of the year. It's I haven't been able to shoot a video. Everyone's shot a video in the last 3 weeks and he's pushing it out, and it's I reckon.
Meanwhile, you were just dropping freestyles with videos all the way through lockdown. You could have done that.
That's what we do.
Yeah, it's interesting. See, I would have thought my thought process when I was an artist was I'm not going to drop in this period, because I'm come December, it's people are just doing their own stuff.
Yeah.
They've got Christmas parties, they've got their own shit. It's if you got a fucking banger or a heater.
But then festival season comes, and then you're competing with
but if you're not on a festival now, you're not getting the call up.
No, but I'm saying you're competing with all of the news about festivals.
Yeah. I felt like there was so much stuff.
There's heaps of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's interesting that submissions are still coming through and people are dropping.
It's been flat out. And the ARIAs this week as well.
The big one, the ARIAs. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about the ARIAs.
Album of the year.
Yes, my man, Genesis Owusu, Smiling with No Teeth, Kofi. It's dope to see, again, a brother, a dude that we've known for many years. I think we first toured together 2016. Junior and him did a co-headline tour in 2018. And now he just won 4 ARIAs. And the first hip-hop artist ever to win Album of the Year.
Yep.
And there's a lot that we can learn from that, to be honest.
100%. Even his acceptance speech, which you guys repurchased for $80. Yeah. There is so many things to learn about what's currently happening.
Yeah, I think the most important takeaway I took from it is that Kofi, Genesis Owusu, has always been uniquely himself. Never tried to ride a wave, never tried to copy what's trending, just did his own sort of aesthetic, own sound, and create his own lane. And that's what lasts, that's what legacy is. There's only ever one artist. If you're trying to copy someone else, you got to do it better or different. You know what I mean?
But you can never
replicate.
You can't. It's not possible. You aren't that person.
Yeah.
And those albums that sound unique, that like have a different style to everything that's happening at the time, are always the ones where you look back and you they might get forgotten at the time sometimes even. Like they might be like, oh, that's
not always appreciated till later on.
That's not what's trending right now. So then a few years later, you're like, that album was sick.
Yeah,
I don't know what
out.
the press was talking about or whatever.
Landmark shit.
I was about to say, has Triple J started giving them big support? Like, when did Genesis start getting...
He's been getting support for a few years now.
But like back in 16, I feel...
Well, he's something you might not know. Like, he's Citizen K's younger brother.
Right.
So Kofi and Kojo, been like Canberra Kings, like been doing it for years. And so I think like Kofi had, I guess, the benefit, it wasn't nepotism or anything like that, but the benefit of being in proximity to Citizen K, who had a lot of success, 2015, 2016, that sort of era. So I think he was around the sort of right circles. But then fiercely created his own lane in his own music, very different to what Kojo was doing. And had, I think, incremental support, but just he's independent. He's labelled his Without as an independent label. He's not on a major. But he just found a team that backed his creative vision and just never tried to mould him into anything he wasn't. And now he just picked up 4 ARIAs. Like, come on, man.
How do you think that like someone with such a unique perspective on music, approach to creating art, all of those sorts of things, I know that there's a lot of people out there that are trying to do that. They're trying to approach music from a different like headspace or whatever. How does that rise? How does
Don't stop is the key. He's building momentum. Like Genesis Owusu has dropped so many singles over the last 5 years. Hit him with another one. Hit him always top quality stuff, but hit him with another one. Hit him with another one. Hit him with another one, and then builds up a catalog and a reputation for having his own sound, his own lane, own aesthetic. I just mentioned Babyface Mal before. I think he's another perfect example. That dude's dropped like 4-5 tracks in the last 2 months. Just hits him with another one. Hits him with another one, and all of a sudden people's like, oh, "Yo, this guy's work rate's crazy. He sounds like himself." If I haven't checked the first 3, by the time I've seen him doing it 4 or 5 or 6 times, I'm going to tap in and check one. And then if I vibe with it, I'm going to go check the back catalogue.
Well, I think, sorry to jump in. I think there's a few threads on that which I think hit the nail on the head, and I want to dive in further because I want to know your thoughts on it. One, what you said at the start, I think is 100% right, which we've talked about. It's like, you only fail when you stop.
Yeah.
Like your career will only be seen as a failure if you stop
doing it.
Like if you die, you just died in progress.
Yeah.
Like literally, that's what'll happen. If you die before you do what you think you can, you're just in progress of it. So you can't stop. And then the other thing is the work rate. Putting out shit constantly. I've always been a believer that forced listening is a thing. I came up in the heavy scene, harder, like heavy music screamo. And I had friends who did not fuck with that music at all. But when they were in my car, they would listen to the same 3 CDs. And over time, they'd be like, oh, I like this. I've learned the little nuances of this music. So forced listening is definitely a thing. And I think radio stations, Triple J, they know this. And when you're constantly exposed to something, it becomes familiar.
Yeah.
And so I think the second positive towards constantly dropping is you're always exposing yourself. You're putting yourself in a position for accidental forced listening.
Yeah, 100%. And I think like that's why we tell a lot of the artists that come through here is like, if you're thinking about recording an EP or an album, do it, but spread it over the time period. There's no reason. There's still this mindset around like, I have to create this body of art, this body of work, and it has to all drop at once because people have to listen to it.
And I want them to listen to it in that order so that they know it.
But who has the attention? But you can't control that. Everyone's going to listen on their own rate. So do both. Drop singles and drop the album. But yeah, it's this weird thing that people and I think people are starting to get it though. The more people that I talk to regularly that come through the studios and stuff, they're all starting to see it now like, oh yeah, it's singles. It's all singles.
And then to go on something that we've spoken about before, hip hop leads the way in redefining the industry because it's always been a pioneer because just of how its roots. So I think we saw hip hop artists doing this 2 years ago, and when we started telling artists this, it was very clear different genres and different cliques
Look
moved
at how
different
Biome
ways.
just rolled out their album. Totally different to how they would have done that 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, and I think now even when we speak to artists from the alternative, from the heavy scene, they're starting to catch up. It's less. There's less friction when we say that now to artists than there was 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
And it's only through us like analyzing the shit out of all of the stuff that we needed to learn about to market Marshall Street. All that sort of stuff is like, okay, let's look at what the people that we love, the artists that are killing it right now, how are they doing it? And you start to see these common threads of, they're they're doing a behind the scenes video here. They're kind of going live there. They're doing this. They're doing that. And you start to see common threads and
I'd go one step further. It's looking at the current state of the scene that you're in and what's the purpose of your social media, your tracks. What's the point of it? As opposed to putting the fucking past on a pedestal, which is what humans love to do. They go, man, I love that album of my hero when I was a kid. I can't wait to write an album in someone else. It's like, you've just fucking put your own egotistical history onto fucking the future. Like, we're not in the same space. The future, social media isn't the same. You need to look at the landscape you're in and what are the channels you use. The point of social media is that you have free access to everyone. You're your own fucking television, your own radio. So you shouldn't be posting every day because some dipshit told you to post every day.
Exactly.
You post every day because you understand this opportunity wasn't fucking there before.
Exactly.
That's really
that free marketing is like...
It just wasn't available. When I signed to Obese, you could not get your shit on iTunes unless you were on a fucking major. Like, now, you can sit in your underpants in your bedroom, record a song, and put it... And it'll be on Spotify and iTunes in 7 days.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
You can do it.
It's...
And the excuses that you hear are just boggling. Like, it's just so funny. It's all these internal like monologues that people have told themselves that they can't do something a specific way. It's like, why the fuck not? Do whatever you want.
Strip it all back as well. Why are you doing what you're doing? And so many people are doing this for clout or achievements or streams or accolades. Fuck all that. Do it for art and connection. Then nothing else matters. Like, I'm in a space now where I've been in this game for a decade or whatever, and I'm finally getting active and releasing music, and I've just removed all expectation. I don't give up. Like, that's why I love it. Like, Triple J picked up a song last night. Thank you so much. I'm grateful for that. I don't expect none of that anymore.
Nah.
It's like, I want to make art. I want to make art that I enjoy. It's for me, and I want to communicate with people who enjoy my art, and we can connect on that mutual front. That's all that matters. I don't care about nothing else. And if you take that approach, and every single then placement or radio play or blog feature is a thrill, is a bonus, and you're grateful for it, that's the mindset you gotta have. Because otherwise, you won't last in this game.
Well, I think you can't hold your success to those accolades. No. Like, you can't be like, once I get that, because Jack the Bear did a thing on Facebook today where he's like, there are so many fucking artists, man. Like, so many artists. Think how many ARIAs get handed out. Yeah. Like, if that is what you're going to be like, man, once I get made, it's like, fuck, man, you're going to be unhappy.
Correct.
Like, just based off numbers, the funnel system of artists per awards is fucking ludicrous.
Yeah.
So it's like, those things, yes, they're good, and it's great to get accolades, and it's great to receive gold records, but they can't be what you hold to define yourself as a success. They can't be like, that's the reason I'm doing it. Because you're in it for the wrong fucking reasons.
And think about, I like to take the lens as well, as like, think of your favourite artist, whoever it is, or a band you really enjoy. You don't give a fuck how many streams or awards they've got. No. You care about the art and the connection you've got with the artist. That's what a listener or an audience cares about.
And how much you can get from them.
That's all that matters. Yeah. Like Kid Cudi's my favourite artist of all time because the dude literally saved my life through his music. I couldn't care how many fucking Grammys he's got or how many streams he's got.
Could you tell me how many platinum tracks?
I wouldn't have a fucking clue. I would not have a fucking clue. But I can tell you the lyrics and the projects and the songs that saved my fucking life.
That is a great point.
What a sick way to end this chat, I reckon.
Before we end, I just want to say thank you to Dennis Hamlin because I know he didn't get thanked enough this week. So I want to just thank you for this.
That's right. You actually contractually were not allowed to talk about the ARIAs without thanking him. So thank you, Dennis.
All right, well, on that note,
we may or may not be named.
All right, well, thanks for watching. If you want to get in contact, inbox us wherever. We're everywhere.
Here. If you want more, there's the Marshall Street Podcast. The Music Academy is all on Spotify. We're on YouTube. These wrap-ups. Hit us up in our socials. Yeah, we're here.
We're here. All right. See you next time.
My team too real, so we stay up. Yeah, this is our year, can't change up. My team too real, so we stay up.